Audi makes it official, RS5 Coupe powered by 450 horsepower twin-turbo V6. Audi has pulled the wraps off their new RS5 Coupe based on the latest A5/S5 platform, replacing the beloved naturally aspirated V8 with a 2.9 litres twin-turbo V6. Providing some consolation for those mourning the passing of that 4.2 litres V8. The new 2.9 litres TFSI bi-turbo V6 makes up for it with power, 450 horses to be exact. Audi spent quite a bit of time talking about their new design, the first time the Audi Sport GmbH, formerly Quattro GmbH, team has taken their body kits and big wheels to the new generation of Audi designs. But suffice to say that there is a body kit and big wheels that make it look like an A5 on steroids. The car's V6 bi-turbo has been developed from the ground up and provides significantly more performance coupled with higher efficiency, said Stefan Winkelmann, CEO of Audi Sport GmbH. Audi's direct injection and revised compression stroke are paired with a higher compression ratio achieves more efficient combustion, projected to improve 17% over the outgoing RS5. The two turbochargers are slotted in the V of the engine, and the charged air flows through a dual-branch system for quicker response, but what drivers will most appreciate will be the massive leap in torque, up from 317 pounds-feet to 442, meaning that the engine management software is going to have to work that much harder to protect the standard Quattro all-wheel drive's differentials. Power defaults to a slight rear bias, 40/60, and the Sport differential returns as an option to balance power between the rear wheels. Benefiting both performance and efficiency is the B9 generation's newfound weight loss. At 3,649 pounds, 1,655 kilograms, it's 132 pounds, 60 kilograms, lighter than its predecessor. If you want to show off its lightweight engineering, you can order the carbon fiber roof exposed in all its glory. As with the S4 and S5, shifting is assigned to Audi's 8-speed automatic, promising optimized though not necessarily faster shift times. Whether the shifting is quicker or not, the RS5 certainly will be, hitting 60 miles per hour from rest in under 4 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds, and the optional dynamic package helps it reach a top speed of 174 miles per hour, 280 kilometers per hour. Sitting lower and stretching wider than standard models, the blistered fenders accommodate minimum 19-inch wheels, 20s are optional, updated 5-link suspension in front and a new 5-link suspension in the rear, replacing the trapezoidal link setup. Audi promises that this will yield sportier driving characteristics and agility, but also improve comfort significantly. The options sheet includes the RS Sport suspension with dynamic ride control, DRC, ceramic brakes and dynamic steering with RS-specific tuning. Audi's Drive Select system offers the usual personalization of steering, throttle and suspension calibration to suit different drivers or different moods. The interior is a sporty black hole swathed in red-stitched, quilted fine nappa black leather, slathered in glossy carbon fiber trim, and Audi's superb steering wheel, which can optionally be wrapped in Alcantara. And RS logos, all the RS logos. Meanwhile, Audi's virtual cockpit digital gauge cluster offers its usual wealth of information and adds tire pressure, torque and G-force display, plus a shift indicator light as you approach redline. All-new Ford Fiesta ST debuts with a itty-bitty turbo 3-cylinder engine. The next-generation model of the ridiculously fun Ford Fiesta ST has debuted at the Geneva Motor Show with a new engine. The 2018 Ford Fiesta ST will now be powered by an all-new 1.5-litre EcoBoost 3-cylinder with about 200 horsepower and 214 pound-feet of torque. This engine replaces the 1.6 litres 4-cylinder motor in the old Street, and, although it is smaller, output increases by a bit. This is the first time Ford's 3-cylinder motor has been used in a performance car, and it even has cylinder deactivation that will shut down one cylinder under light loads. The engine should help the hatch blast to 62 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, in 6.7 seconds. As before, the Ford Fiesta ST will only be available with a 6-speed manual. The little hatch also gets 3 driving modes for the first time: normal, sport and track, that change the engine response, throttle response, steering feel and response, stability control, and exhaust sound. The new ST should sound pretty good, too, even if it's fake. A new electronic sound enhancer and an active exhaust will be offered. More importantly, the Ford Fiesta ST gets torque vectoring control that should help stability in corners and reduce understeer by applying brake force to the inside front wheel when cornering. Inside, the ST gets Recaro seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel, the updated Sync 3 system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a touch screen that recognizes smartphone gestures. Ford says owners will have more customization options, and 18-inch wheels are standard. The 2018 Ford Fiesta ST will be available as both a 3-door and 5-door hatch. Information about North American ST models has not yet been released. Don't call it a comeback. Volkswagen Arteon debuts. Volkswagen has revealed important details about the Arteon ahead of the Geneva Motor Show, where it will make its public debut. With up to 276 horsepower, a sloping roofline and gesture controls, VW is throwing its hat into the Grand Coupe ring. The Arteon combines the design elements of a classic sports car with the elegance and space of a fastback, says Klaus Biskoff, VW's head designer. It's an avant-garde business-class Gran Turismo that speaks to the heart and head alike. 6 engines are on offer for the European spec Arteon, 3 TDI diesels and 3 gas-powered TSIs. The 2.0-litre TDI engines, offering 148, 188, and 236 horsepower, are unlikely to find their way over to our shores, but the 2.0-litre TSI engines offering 188 and 276 horsepower probably will. Meanwhile, the 6th engine, a 1.5-litre TSI Evo engine offering 148 horsepower, is also unlikely to come to North America. 6 and 7-speed gearboxes are available, with the bigger output engines coming standard with the 7-speed DSG automatic. 4Motion is standard on the biggest TSI and TDI engines and available on the 188 horsepower TDI engine. According to European fuel ratings, the 276 horsepower TSI will get 25.6 miles per gallon city and 38.6 miles per gallon highway, for a combined 32.2 miles per gallon. With a 111.9-inch wheelbase, that's 1 inch longer than the A5 Sportback and 3 inches longer than the CC, the Arteon has short overhangs and ample room inside. Luggage capacity goes from 19.9 cubic feet with the back seats up to 55 cubic feet with them down. The Arteon will also feature a suite of VW's latest infotainment technology. With an available 9.2-inch glass screen in the center console, gesture controls, VW's new digital dash, and a heads-up display, the Arteon will be every bit the luxury car it needs to be. Speaking of luxury, the Arteon comes with available contrast stitching and Alcantara/Vienna leather seats. Outside, it features standard 18-inch musket wheels and standard LED headlights and tail lights. The Arteon, which will replace the CC, is set to go on sale in June in Germany. No announcements have been made about when it will go on sale in North America, but it has been confirmed to come stateside. No prices have been mentioned either, but VW promises that it will be priced attractively. We'll have more information when it becomes available. Range Rover Velar heads to the US later this year with $50,895 price tag. Land Rover has introduced the fourth member of the Range Rover family at the Geneva Motor Show. Called the Range Rover Velar, the mid-size luxury SUV aims to deliver new levels of refinement, elegance and technology to the segment. The model will slot between the existing Civic and Range Rover Sport offerings, riding on a 113.15-inch wheelbase to offer a 34.4 cubic feet luggage compartment. Like all Range Rover vehicles, the Velar offers exceptional capability on a variety of surfaces, terrains and weather conditions. The standard coil springs offer 8.38 inches of ground clearance, while the optional four-corner rear suspension gives 9.88 inches. Land Rover says the Range Rover Velar was created from a clean sheet using Jaguar Land Rover's lightweight aluminum architecture and represents the next chapter of the automaker's success story. Its design is the most aerodynamically efficient Land Rover ever produced, and helping contribute to its coefficient of drag of only 0.32 CDR flush deployable door handles. The cabin houses a new Land Rover Touch Pro Duo infotainment system, featuring two 10-inch high-definition touch screens that integrate seamlessly into the cabin architecture to reduce the complexity of the dash. Unique to the segment is a premium textile seat material that is available as an optional alternative to leather. In the US, the Range Rover Velar will launch with several powertrain offerings, with the base model equipped with a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine generating 247 horsepower. There is also a four-cylinder Ingenium diesel engine offering 180 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, while at the top of the range is the powerful supercharged V6 gasoline engine with 380 horsepower. All engines are matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive with intelligent driveline dynamics. Along with the three different powertrains, buyers can choose from four specifications including Standard, S, SE or HSE. At launch is a special first edition model available exclusively in one of three colors, Chorus Grey, Silicon Silver or Flux Silver. It will be limited to approximately 500 units in the US with a starting price of $90,295 and is powered solely by the 3.0-liter supercharged V6 engine. Extra features that come standard on the first edition model include full extended leather interior, copper weave carbon fiber trim finisher, perforated Windsor leather seats finished in two-tone light oyster, ebony, special 22-inch split-spoke wheels with diamond-turned finish and a 1,600-watt Meridian signature sound system. Production Honda Civic Type R finally debuts with 306 horsepower. Compact sports car fans, the time is finally here for you to go nuts over the brand new Honda Civic Type R, which will finally be making its way to North America with 306 horsepower. Based on the new 10th generation Civic, Honda is calling this the most powerful, quickest, fastest and the most agile version of its compact car ever, and the production model has just debuted at the Geneva Motor Show looking just like the prototype. Under the hood, you'll find a turbocharged and direct injection 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine that makes 306 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the front wheels thanks to a short-throw 6-speed manual transmission that also features automatic rev matching for quick and smooth downshifting. Compared to the last generation European Type R, the new model also features a lower final drive ratio for better throttle response and a new single-mass flywheel that will reduces clutch inertia. There's also a completely redone suspension setup that's designed to reduce torque steer and improve at-the-limit handling. That's done with a new four-wheel adaptive suspension system that is sure to be awesome on the road. The car also features an adaptive and variable ratio electric power steering system as well as a helical limited slip front differential. At each corner, high-performance Continental Conti Sport Contact 6 tires are mounted on sexy 20-inch aluminum alloy wheels, and behind those are 4-piston Brembo brakes and big cross-drilled rotors up front. The chassis has also undergone several enhancements, becoming more rigid and responsive thanks to the application of structural adhesive throughout the body. The car also features an aluminum hood, helping this compact weigh less than the normal Honda Civic hatchback. Drivers will love the 3 different drive modes, with the default setting being Sport. An additional Track Focus Plus R setting is also available alongside a tamer comfort mode. These modes adjust the steering response, throttle response, transmission rev matching, stability control, and adjust those fancy adaptive dampers. Inside the cabin, you'll find aggressively bolstered seats, a leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift boot, aluminum shift knob and pedals, as well as a red Type R meter and serialized Type R plate on the center console. The car comes in a single trim and features a 7-inch touchscreen with navigation as well as both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support. The sound system also sounds pretty powerful with 540 watts of output through 12 speakers. Honda reassures that the Civic Type R will have a mid-$30,000 price range and reminds us that the engine is made in Anna, Ohio, engine plant, while the car is manufactured in Swindon, England. We just can't wait any longer to see this thing on the roads in North America, so it's a good thing that it goes on sale over here in late spring. The record-setting Lamborghini Huracan Performante costs $274,000. Sporting 640 horsepower, Lamborghini has released all the details on its hardcore, Nürburgring record-setting Huracan Performante. For the past couple of weeks, the Italian automaker has been teasing the Huracan Performante, confirming that it lapped the Nürburgring in 6:52.01, making it the fastest production car yet, beating the Porsche 918 Spider. The high-performance exotic will make its public debut at the 2017 Geneva Motor Show this week, showing off its lightweight technologies and active aerodynamics that contributed to the record-setting lap time. For starters, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante sheds 88 pounds, 40 kilograms, thanks to the use of forged composite in structural components including front and rear spoiler, the engine cover, rear bumper and aerodynamic diffuser. But helping make the biggest difference is what Lamborghini calls Aerodinamica Lamborghini Attiva, ALA, which is a patented active aerodynamic system developed by the company for the Huracan Performante. ALA, which is also the Italian word for wing, provides an active variation of aeroload for high downforce or low drag. It's a fancy system, completely integrated into the vehicle in terms of design, weight and performance. The front spoiler on the Huracan Performante integrates the electric motor of the front ALA system, built in a carbon-forged frame with active flaps on the top exterior surface. When ALA is off, the active flaps inside the front spoiler are closed, generating the desired high downforce for high-speed cornering and full brake conditions. But when ALA switches to on, the front flaps are opened by the electric motor, reducing air pressure on the front spoiler and directing airflow via an inner channel and through the specially shaped underside of the car. There's a similar system in the rear, with 4 ducts installed below the rear hood. The 2 central ducts are always open, while the 2 external ducts are connected to the inner channels of the rear wing. 2 electro-actuated flaps are used to control the airflow through the rear wing channels, and Lamborghini says the entire system is 80% lighter than a traditional hydraulic setup. When ALA is off, the rear flaps are closed so the rear wing acts like a traditional fixed wing. This enhances stability in high-speed cornering and full braking by creating maximum vertical downforce, which Lamborghini claims is 750% more than the standard Huracan Coupe. ALA is turned on in high throttle conditions, opening the rear flaps to allow air through the rear wing's inner channels and directing airflow through ridges underneath the wing. This helps reduce drag and maximize the car's acceleration and top speed capabilities. All of this is further complemented by the boost in performance to 640 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque, making the Huracan Performante's engine the most powerful V10 produced to date by Lamborghini. The power plant is made unique with a new bronze manifold. We already know the Performante is fast around the Nürburgring, but how about its other specifications? Dry weight comes in at 3,047 pounds, 1,382 kilograms, while weight distribution is 43% front, 57% rear. As a result, 0 to 62 miles per hour, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, is done in 2.9 seconds. When it arrives in the US this summer, the Huracan Performante will cost around $274,390. The Huracan Performante is the convergence of technological developments to produce a car delivering perfect performance, says Automobili Lamborghini chairman and CEO Stefano Domenicali. This new car represents the powerhouse of Lamborghini DNA and innovation, and a 360-degree approach to creating class-leading super sports cars. It illustrates the pinnacle of Lamborghini V10 production car performance to date, on both track and road, and is perfectly exemplified by its name, Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Mercedes-AMG GT concept is the sexy four-door the Panamera never was. Although the Porsche Panamera looks better now than it ever has, it still can't touch a new concept from Mercedes in terms of sex appeal. Debuting at the Geneva Motor Show, the Mercedes-AMG GT concept is what happens when you take the already stunning AMG GT sports car and add 2 more doors. Getting the proportions just right and adding a fastback design, this 4-door coupe looks promising, and although it is just a concept made in celebration of Mercedes-AMG's 50th anniversary, it hints at what Mercedes has planned for its upcoming Porsche Panamera fighter. One key aspect of this Mercedes-AMG GT concept, besides the fact that it has 4 doors, is the E-Power Plus designation, which confirms that the German sports car brand is looking at electrification and hybridization for its future models. All performance hybrids from AMG will carry this E-Power Plus designation. This concept uses a unique combination of a gas-powered 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, a high-performance electric motor, and a powerful yet lightweight battery to get a total system output of 805 horsepower. The concept can be driven in full electric mode, full gas mode, or as a hybrid and uses F1-derived technology. Mercedes-AMG expects the car, which they call a 4-door sports car, to hit 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. The concept takes a lot of technology and design from the racing-inspired AMG GTR, like the centrally mounted exhaust and active radiator shutters. The side mirrors have also been replaced by cameras, a lot of carbon fiber is used, and the concept gets high-tech, 3-dimensional animated headlights. The Mercedes-AMG GT concept is all-wheel drive, with the rear wheels being powered by the electric motor. Torque vectoring will also help handling and maneuverability. Expect a production version of the Mercedes-AMG GT concept to debut sometime next year.
Why you talking in code, no reason? Why you got me on hold, I'm beeping? I knew something was ignited. When you left I wanted more. All I wanna do is get to know you. East to west to north to south, the whole you. But I need direction, you get the message. Now don't you hit me with a rain check. I need something like a blank check. Spending a lot of emotion on tonight. Don't you hit me with a rain check. No need to make it a train wreck. Find me a time and decide soon, cause I'll be on my way. But I don't wanna wait. My time is of the essence, don't you know? If you give me a day, believe me when I say that I could be the presence that you want. So tell me you got it right now, but you gotta holler right now. Tell me and you got it right now, now. Yeah, tell me and you got it right now, but you gotta holler right now. Tell me and you got it right now. If you like, then you and I can. Let me go, girl, I mean it, hasta la vista. You say you want it, but I don't really believe you. I can't decode a woman like you. Time and again, you give me no clue. Still want a little bit, a lot is what I came for. If I got nothing now, at least you I can aim for. I need direction, you get the message. Throw you and me with a rain check. Sign off on one of them blank checks. Don't wanna limit the moment of tonight. Throw you and me with a rain check. No reason to cause a train wreck. Find me a time and decide.
New Ferrari 812 Superfast is the most powerful Ferrari in history. Ferrari has just unveiled its latest supercar, and the Italian automaker says it is the most powerful and fastest Ferrari in the marque's history. Called the Ferrari 812 Superfast, this supercar is said to have the brand's final naturally aspirated V12. The car builds on the F12 Bonetta and F12 TDF and is powered by a 6.5-litre V12 that outputs about 789 horsepower at a ridiculously high 8,500 revolutions per minute and 525 pound-feet of torque at 7,000 revolutions per minute, 80% of which is available at 3,500 revolutions per minute. This engine has a higher displacement than the F12 Berlinetta, which had a 6.3 litres V12. The V12, which is front mid-mounted, is paired to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission that promises even faster shift times than before, and this is also the first Ferrari to use electric power steering. Four-wheel steering has been added to increase low-speed maneuverability as well as high-speed stability and responsiveness. All told, the Ferrari 812 Superfast will rocket to 62 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, in 2.9 seconds, the same time as a LaFerrari, onto a top speed of more than 211 miles per hour, 340 kilometers per hour. Dry weight is rated at 3,362 pounds, 1,525 kilograms, and the coupe has a balanced 47-53 front-rear weight distribution. The LaFerrari still has a higher combined output and top speed than the Superfast, so Ferrari's most powerful and fastest claim is interesting. Of course, the Ferrari 812 Superfast's design has been dramatically updated all around to look more aggressive, all while improving aerodynamics. The biggest changes to the exterior are the new grille, quad tail lights, and heavily revised headlight design. It will also launch in a new shade of red that apparently celebrates Ferrari's 70th anniversary. The interior has also been updated and gets new seats, controls and instrumentation. The Ferrari 812 Superfast will make its public debut at the Geneva Motor Show in March. Autoguide.com will be covering the show live and will bring you more information about this sexy grand touring supercar. Pagani Huayra Roadster is beautifully complicated. Pagani says the Huayra Roadster is the most complicated project it has ever undertaken. A convertible variant for the Pagani Huayra has been rumored ever since the coupe made its debut in 2011, but the company mysteriously went quiet on the version and some started to believe it would never exist. What happened, however, is that the Roadster project began in 2010 with the simple idea of removing the top and adding conventional doors, similar to what the company did with the Zonda Roadster. 3 years later, the company scrapped the design and started from the beginning of the design process, essentially making the Pagani Huayra Roadster a completely new project. The result? Well, the company did something that was seemingly impossible. Convertible variants of existing cars typically weigh more than their coupe counterparts, but that's not the case with the Huayra Roadster. In fact, The Roadster is lighter than the coupe with a dry weight of 2,822 pounds, 1,280 kilograms, making it about 176 pounds, 80 kilograms, lighter. To make that a reality, the Italian exotic automaker refined the development of carbo titanium by combining it with a new form of composite material called Carbo Triax HP52. The company says it is more advanced than materials used for Formula One cars and allowed for a 52% increase in stiffness. Power still comes from a Mercedes-AMG Source twin-turbo V12 engine providing 764 horsepower and paired to the same 7-speed, single-clutch gearbox found in the Huayra BC. The model's suspension also helps shed weight, thanks to a lightweight aluminum alloy called HiFog. Unfortunately, it sounds like the Huayra Roadster does have conventional doors and not the gull wings Pagani cars are so famous for. From the very beginning, the Huayra Roadster door design followed in the tradition of the Mercedes-Benz models of the 1950s, specifically the gull-wing doors of the 300 SL, and its Roadster variant featuring conventional doors, Pagani said in a press release. In the end, the design closely follows in the tradition of Pagani, the vehicle best represented in the Huayra Roadster design, their Zonda Sync Roadster. The model comes with two different roofs, one made from carbon fiber and features a glass window, while the other is a fabric unit that can be stored in the car. Production of the Pagani Huayra Roadster is limited to just 100 units and, not surprisingly, it's already sold out. The base price is €2,280,000, $2.4 million. Plus taxes, but that hasn't deterred the affluent from lining up and dropping deposits. Make sure to check back with Autoguide.com when the 2017 Geneva Motor Show kicks off next month for full coverage of the Huayra Roadster's official debut. McLaren 720S debuts, bringing all the supercar drama with it. After a series of teasers and leaked photos, McLaren has finally unveiled its next supercar at the Geneva Motor Show. Called the McLaren 720S, this is the next car in the Super Series lineup, and it looks as dramatic as a proper supercar should, with its new McLaren design language and butterfly doors. Everything in the McLaren 720S's extreme design has to do with making the aerodynamics more efficient. Built around a carbon fiber monocoque, the 720S's dry weight rings in at just 2,828 pounds. The suspension has also been redesigned, and a 720S gets McLaren's adaptive proactive chassis control with 3 driving modes and a drift mode. Of course, the 720 name means that the supercar's 4.0-litre twin-turbo V8 outputs 720 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. Hooked up to a 7-speed transmission, all that engine helps rocket the McLaren to 62 miles per hour, 100 km/h, in under 3 seconds and onto a stop speed of 212 miles per hour, 341 kilometers per hour. The braking is almost as good as the P1, bringing the 720S to a full stop from 124 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds and 117 meters. Inside, the McLaren looks luxurious and high-tech with a new folding driver display and a new big infotainment screen. Deliveries of the McLaren 720S begin in May, and the supercar replaces the 650S.
Look into my eyes and show me your adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made